Hello students, hope you all are well. Let us start our next video on the basis of elements of accounts standard 11 part 1. Now I will start the 6th chapter, that is chapter 6, which is called subsidiary books. So before starting this chapter you should know what does it mean, the word subsidiary. Subsidiary means different types of books. The various types of books are called subsidiary books, or the alternative books, that also we can say the alternative books. Now we have to know what we are going to learn from this 6th chapter and what we have learned till the 5th chapter. What is the difference between these two? Till the 5th chapter, what we have learned, till the 5th chapter we have learned how to write the journal entries. Suppose this is your accounts book and you started writing journal from the first page. Try to understand whatever I am telling. So you have started writing the journal from the first page. This is your journal. And according to the date wise, whatever the business transactions is going on in your business, all this journal, the date wise, one by one, first page, second page, third page, every pages you have written. Like that, suppose there are the 10 notebooks you completed for whole the year. How many notebooks you completed? 10 notebooks. Suppose in these 10 notebooks, all you wrote the journal entries. According to the date, suppose you started in the month of January and whole the year you completed in the month of December in 2020. Suppose 2020. So in the year of 2020, from January to December, that is 365 days, which is 12 months, which is 1 year. You wrote all this journal. Approximate, suppose there is the 2 journal if it is coming on an average per day. Just example I am telling, 365 not 2 multiply by 10. 10 journal suppose it is coming, so 3650 journal you wrote. How many journals you wrote? 3650 from January to December in the year of 2020. And all these 3650 journal you wrote 10 notebooks. Like that 10 notebooks you completed. And this journal you wrote date wise. Matlab first 1/1/20, all these 10 journal you wrote, then 2/1/20, again 10 journal you wrote, then 3/1/20, again 10 journal you wrote. Like that all this journal you wrote one by one. But when I taught you the definitions of the accounting, then I told it should be kept in the systematic way. But what is the systematic way? The systematic way, it is like that whatever the information related to the accounts, if I want to get, I should get promptly within the moment. Now question is there, what is the disadvantage of the journal? To avoid the disadvantage of the journal, we are going to learn the subsidiary books. What is the disadvantage of the journal? Suppose that you have made the transactions with Mr. A so many times, with Mr. B so many times, with Mr. C so many times. This from you purchase goods to sold X, Y and Z, like that you sold. So you purchase the goods from A, you purchase the goods from B, you purchase the goods from C, and you sold the goods to X, you sold goods to Y, you sold goods to Z. Not one transaction, different dates of transactions takes place. And according to that transactions you wrote according to that date wise. And suppose I am telling you मिस्टर एक्स का साथ कम से कम 300 ट्रांजैक्शन किया था, मिस्टर बी का साथ ए का साथ मिस्टर ए का साथ 300 ट्रांजैक्शन किया था, मिस्टर बी का साथ सपोज 500 किया था, मिस्टर सी का साथ सपोज 400 ट्रांजैक्शन किया था। सिमिलरली एक्स का साथ सपोज 200, इसका साथ सपोज 300, इसका साथ सपोज 400 transactions you made. But all these 300 transactions, 400 transactions and 500 transactions, it was not in one date. In different dates you have done. Similarly here also. And when you made the transactions with Mr. A, that time some of the transaction was the credit transaction, some of the transaction was the cash transaction. Similarly for B, similarly for C also, the credit transaction, cash transaction. Here also, when you sold goods to Mr. X, when you sold goods to Mr. Y, when you sold goods to Mr. Z, that time some of the date transaction it was cash transaction, some of the date transaction it was credit transactions. Now question is there, these are the all transactions. This is 300 plus 500 is equal to 800 plus 1200 is here, and this is coming 900. So remaining transactions was the another different type of transactions was there. Now if I questions come, suppose the manager or the owner, suppose you are keeping the accounts on behalf of somebody, and manager told, can you tell me that how much money I have to pay to Mr. X? Left. मिस्टर एक्स को मेरे को कितना पैसा अभी तक देने बाकी है, हाउ मच मनी, बिकॉज यू हैव परचेज द गुड्स फ्रॉम मिस्टर ए, सो हाउ मच मनी आई हैव टू गिव टू मिस्टर एक्स, आई और द हाउ मच मनी आई हैव टू पे टू मिस्टर बी और मिस्टर सी, और क्वेश्चन इफ इट इज कमिंग हाउ मच मनी आई हैव टू रिसीव फ्रॉम एक्स, हाउ मच मनी आई हैव टू रिसीव फ्रॉम वाई, हाउ मच मनी आई हैव टू रिसीव फ्रॉम जेड. This answer if you want to give, it will be very difficult to find out, because all these transactions which you have done with Mr. X, it was not written in one page. Because in the month of January you wrote in January, in the month of February you wrote in February, and it is not possible for you to remember which date, which transactions it was with Mr. A, which date, which transaction it was with Mr. B, similarly for C, similarly for X, similarly for Y, similarly for Z. You can give the answer, but it will take much time. What you have to do, you have to find out the page one by one. Is there any transaction since page number 1? No. Yes, Mr. A transaction is there. Okay, 1. Then again you find out Mr. X transaction is here. Again you find out Mr. Y transaction is here. Like that 10 notebooks you have to search, and you have to write in a separate page. Again X, how much transaction we have made, out of that how much is due to be paid or to be received, like that, and at last you can give the answer, but it will take at least 1 month. So this is the main disadvantage for the journal, that individual account, this is called individual account, or the particular total purchase or total sales, it is not possible to give the answer from here. If the owner or the manager asks to you that can you tell me the last year, in the year of 2020, total how much amount I paid for buying the goods, then you have to calculate A, you have to calculate B, you have to calculate C. Similarly for XYZ, how much sold. Or if question comes that how much money I paid for the salary, or how much money I have received from bank as a interest, like that separate question if it is coming, so it is not possible to give the answer from the journal which way you kept it. For that, to avoid this disadvantage, they are telling that instead of writing all journal, generally what you used to do, you used to write the all journal in one book, which is called the journal book. So first, where we are writing? We are writing all these transactions in the journal books. Now we will not write all these transactions in the journal book. Where we will write? That according to the nature of the transactions, we will write this all one in the subsidiary books. SUBSIDIARY subsidiary books में हम journal लिखूँ. A भी journal है, this A भी journal है, and this is also a journal. But this is called simple journal, and this is called subsidiary journal. Now what we will do? we will not write all this journal in one book. What we'll do? We will write journal only, but according to the nature of the transactions, we will write separate book for separate journal. Nature of the transactions means now automatically question comes, sir, you have given the example that last year we made total 3,650 journal was there. So 3,650 notebook we will maintain? No, not like that. Nature of these transactions I told. For that what we will decided that we will decided that if it is a purchase transactions, so we will maintain one book. This book will be for purchase book. So whenever the purchase transactions will come, we will write in the, suppose this is book number 1, we will write in the purchase book. Now like that, suppose if it is a sales transaction, sales of goods, then we will give the name book number 2, and there we will write all sales transactions. Then suppose purchase return, I know that one, what type of transaction takes place in the business. Purchase transaction, sales transaction, purchase return transaction, sales return transactions, cash book transactions, bills books will transactions, like that, separate different types of journal entries, journal or the transactions will take place. So now what we will do? We will not write all this journal in one book. One book means one journal book. Number of books may be the different. It may be the 10, but all are journal book. All the journal book will not write. All these transactions will not write in the journal book. Instead of writing all these transactions in the journal book, we will maintain the different types of books. Like that, if we maintain the different types of books, automatically question comes from your mind. So like that, how many books we will maintain? There are so many books we have to maintain for so many transactions. Not like that. If we classify this all journal into 7 or 8 separate category, so all journal will be covered up. So whatever the name of this book or number of this book, so there is the total, according to that total 8 books we will maintain. Okay, how many books will maintain? 8 subsidiary books. If we maintain, all these transactions will be covered up. Now for the theoretical part as well as the practical part, you have to know that name, number of the book, book number 1, book number 2, book number 3, book number 4, book number 5, book number 6, book number 7, and book number 8. Number should not be changed. The number whatever I will put, and name. So let me write the name and number, then I will explain the what type of transactions you will write in which book. That is the most important in the subsidiary books. First let you know what type of transactions or what is the nature of this transaction. On the basis of that, which transactions we will write in book number 1, which transactions we will write in book number 2, like that. At last, which transactions we will write in the book number 8. Now first let me write the first book, the book number 1, which is called purchase day book, or purchase book also it is called. Book number 2, I am keeping little gap so that we can write afterwards what type of transactions we will write it here. Book number 2 is called sales day book. Book number 3 is called purchase return book. Book number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how many line we have to? Yes, this is sales return book. Book number 5 is called cash book. Book number 6 is called bills receivable books. सब बुक्स है. Book number 7 bills payable book, and book number 8 is called journal proper. Okay, book number and book name, This is called book number. If I say what is the book number 3, you cannot tell purchase day book. Book number 3 means purchase return. The number and the name, it should not be changed. The book number 1 is called, there are the total 8 books we have to maintain. Book number 1 is called purchase day book. Book number 2 is called sales day book. Book number 3 is called purchase return book, then sales return book, then cash book, then bills receivable books, then bills payable book, then journal paper. Your book also explain like that way, but your book explain first cash book. But you will not write the cash book first. Cash book number is 5. First number is coming here. The purchase book is 1, sales book is 2, purchase return is 3, sales return is 4, cash book is 5, bills receivable is 6, bills payable is 7, and at last the journal proper. Now you have to know that purchase day books, what type of transactions we will write it here. What type of transaction we will write it here. Like that, the purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, sales return book, cash book, bill receivable, bills payable, and journal paper. You might have seen whenever you have done the journal book, that time you have seen that there are so many different type of transaction takes place, and all these transactions are not same nature or same category. Some of the journal it was, you have seen that you have purchased goods, that is purchase transactions. That also some of the transaction was cash purchase, credit purchase. You have seen the sales transactions, you sold goods. You have seen that one, you have purchased assets transactions. You have seen that one, you sold assets transaction. Also you have made the transaction for expense. Also you have made the transactions for income, and also you made the transactions for bills receivable and bills payable. That much you do not know, but I will explain what is called bills receivable, what is bills transactions, like that. First 4 book, purchase day book, sales day book, purchase return book, and sales return book. This first 4 book, it is another name is called day book. What is called day book? If question comes, you will say the purchase day book, sales day book, purchase return books, and sales return book. This 4 book is called day book. 5th is called cash book. 6th is called bill receivable book. 7th is called bills payable book, and 8th is called journal paper. ये आपको learn करना है 8 book का नाम. Now you have to know purchase day book, what type of, how you will write the transactions. Journal, how you wrote, that I already explained how to write the journal, because you have seen that one, date, particulars, LF, debit amount, credit amount, and date in date column, particulars column, account, then debit amount, credit amount, like that you wrote it. In here also, when I will tell you how to write, that time I will explain how to write the entries in these subsidiary books, that afterwards. But before that, you should know what to write, what you are going to write in the purchase book, or what type of transactions you are going to write the purchase book. Here you keep in mind, I am writing here only credit transaction of goods. Only credit transactions of goods. याद रखना, it should be credit transactions, no cash transactions. It should be credit transactions of goods. Credit transaction of goods means when you are going to buy the goods on credit. You can buy the goods for cash also, that will not come here. Keep in mind. You can purchase assets for credit, that also will not come, because it should be a goods transactions and it should be a credit transactions. Credit transactions of the goods, only this will come here. So how to write, that I will tell you. But this you have to remember, purchase day book means credit purchase of goods transactions. Similarly, sales day books means credit sales of goods transactions. आपको मन में ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, क्रेडिट सेल्स ऑफ गुड्स और क्रेडिट सेल्स ऑफ गुड्स छोड़ के क्या हो सकता है सेल्स ट्रांजेक्शन में. सपोज इट मे बी कैश सेल, यू हैव सोल्ड गुड्स फॉर कैश, इट विल नॉट कम हियर, बिकॉज क्रेडिट ट्रांजेक्शन होना चाहिए और गुड्स ट्रांजेक्शन होना चाहिए. समटाइम इट मे हैपन दैट यू सोल्ड एन एसेट्स, दैट ऑल्सो विल नॉट कम. You sold an assets for cash, that also will not come. You sold an assets on credit, that also will not come. But if you sold goods on credit, You might have seen that one whenever you have done the transactions, that time sometime you have seen that you have sold goods to Mr. X, you have sold goods to Mr. Y, you have sold goods to Mr. Z, like that. So these are the credit purchase of the goods, this is credit sales of the goods. Now purchase return, this is related with the purchase. जो ट्रांजेक्शन्स बुक नंबर 1 में रिकॉर्ड हुआ, सपोज आपने मिस्टर ए के पास गुड्स परचेस किया, मिस्टर बी के पास गुड्स परचेस किया, मिस्टर सी के पास गुड्स परचेस किया, यहाँ मिस्टर एक्स को आपने गुड्स बेचा, वाई को गुड्स बेचा एंड जेड को गुड्स बेचा, लाइक दैट एग्जाम्पल आई एम टेलिंग. And out of that, Mr. A has given back certain goods to you because we purchased goods from A, and we have given back goods to Mr. A or Mr. C. So purchase goods, whenever we are giving back to somebody from whom we have purchased or to whom you or who has sold to you, that is called purchase return book. तो बुक नंबर 1 में जो एंट्री हुआ उसके अंदर कोई रिटर्न होगा तो आएगा यहाँ. तो दैट ऑल्सो क्रेडिट परचेस ऑफ गुड्स रिटर्न, दैट मीन्स परचेस रिटर्न, परचेस्ड रिटर्न ट्रांजैक्शन. परचेस रिटर्न ट्रांजैक्शन मीन्स जो परचेस हुआ क्रेडिट में, कैश में नहीं, जो ट्रांजेक्शन्स बुक नंबर 1 में रिकॉर्ड हुआ, दैट मीन्स बुक नंबर 1 में व्हिच ट्रांजेक्शन इज रिकॉर्डेड, क्रेडिट परचेस ऑफ गुड्स. फ्रॉम दैट इफ एनीवन, if we are giving back goods to somebody, then that transactions will write here purchase return transactions, that is related with book number 1, related with book 1 में जो रिलेट हुआ. Similarly, the fourth book you understand. Second book is the credit sales of goods transactions you recorded, and credit it's याद रखना है, it should be credit transactions, it should be goods transactions. तो जिसको आपने goods बेचा था, अभी somebody is giving back, that is called sales return. Sales return transactions, that is related with book 2. Correct? So now you understand. Once again I am telling, the first 4 book is called day book, the first book is called purchase day book, second is called sales day book, third one is called purchase return book, fourth one is called sales return book. First book we will write only credit purchase of goods transactions, no other transaction we will not write. Second book we will write credit sales of goods transactions, no other transaction we will not write. Third book, if goods which we purchase we are giving back, that we will write in purchase return. Fourth book, if the sales goods which we sold, that if we are getting back, that we will write in the sales return. I told which transactions, what type of transactions you will write in which book. How to write that I will tell you afterwards. Let you know first that which book, which transactions will take. Now cash book. Cash book you will take only cash transactions. Only cash transactions. Only cash transactions means it may be the goods, it may be the assets. Suppose you purchase goods for cash, it will come in cash book. Suppose you purchase goods for purchase a furniture for cash, it will come here. You sold a furniture for cash, it will come here. You sold goods for cash, also it will come here. So it may be a goods transaction, it may be asset transactions, but only cash transaction. याद रखना है, no credit transactions. No credit transactions will come here. Here no cash transactions. बराबर, here be no cash transactions. ये तो बुक नंबर 1 में जो है उसका होगा, ये तो बुक नंबर 2 में जो उसका है. दिस इज कैश बुक मीन्स ओनली कैश ट्रांजेक्शन्स. कैश ट्रांजेक्शन्स मीन्स दैट टाइम दे डिड नॉट से इट इज द कैश ट्रांजेक्शन्स, बट इट इज ओनली फॉर गुड्स और ओनली फॉर एसेट्स, नॉट लाइक दैट. कैश ट्रांजेक्शन होगा तो बुक नंबर 5 में लिख देना है. नाउ इट्स कमिंग bills receivable book. Bill, what is called, that you do not know. Only this much you come to know. One written document when you purchase goods or when you sold goods. Generally, when you sold goods, that time if it is a unknown persons come, from these persons you are taking a written documents after signing that he will pay the money after a certain number of days. If you sold goods, then he will promise that he will pay. If you purchase goods, then you will promise that you will pay. That is called सोल्ड गुड्स होगा तो ये सेल्स का साथ है, ये सेल्स का साथ रिलेटेड है, ये परचेस का साथ रिलेटेड है. तो ऑलरेडी यू माइट हैव थॉट दैट क्रेडिट ट्रांजैक्शंस ऑफ परचेस यहाँ आ गया, कैश ट्रांजैक्शन ऑफ परचेस तो यहाँ आ गया, तो बाकी सेल्स का साथ और परचेस का साथ क्या है. सपोज ट्रांजैक्शन तो यू हैव रिटन इट हियर, but whenever he is giving a bill or a written documents that I will pay the money on that date, this document you have to write somewhere else. That is coming, that bills receivable. Only you this much you come to know, bills receivable related transactions will come here. What is bill receivable, whatever transaction, I will tell you afterwards. And this is bills payables related, bills payable related transactions will come here. Okay, bills receivable means if you sell goods, जिसको जो गुड्स आप जो परचेस किया आपका पास, ही विल गिव. एंड इफ़ यू बाई गुड्स, जो सेल किया, इफ़ यू बाई गुड्स देन यू विल गिव. समझ में आया. तो सेलर विल गिव एंड एक्चुअली दिस इज बिल्स पेबल्स इज परचेस रिलेटेड एंड बिल्स रिसीवेबल इज सेल्स रिलेटेड. Only this much you come to know. Bills receivable related transactions and bills payable related transactions will come book number 6 and book number 7. What is called bill receivable and bills payable, you are having a separate chapter, there we will go in details. Next is coming journal proper. जर्नल प्रॉपर मतलब क्या होता है, आपको मैंने बुक नंबर 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 तक एक्सप्लेन कर दिया. एंड कौन सा ट्रांजेक्शन कौन सा बुक में जाएगा, दैट विल ऑल्सो आई टोल्ड. The purchase book number 1, credit purchase of goods will take. Book number 2, credit sales of the goods will take. Book number 3, purchase return transaction will take. Book number 4, sales return transactions will take. Book number 5, cash transactions will take. Book number 6, bill receivable related transactions will take. Book number 7, bills payable related transactions will come. यहाँ तक आपने एंट्री करो तो आपको लगेगा जो हाउ मेनी ट्रांजेक्शन्स यू हैव रिटन, ऑल it is distributed, somebody already accepted the book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, book 6, book 7. But you will find out still some of the transactions are there which you cannot give to or to tell to any book to take. Suppose if I say the example credit purchase of assets, credit purchase of assets. Suppose a purchase a furniture TURE of rupees 25,000 from Mr. P. Purchase a furniture of rupees 25,000 from Mr. P. What type of transaction? Credit. Assets. Purchase. Credit transactions, assets transactions, purchase transactions. Now credit purchase of assets. See, you try to set up. बुक नंबर 1 आपको देने के लिए जाओ तो बोलेगा मैं तो गुड्स ट्रांजैक्शन लेता है, ये तो एसेट्स. बुक नंबर 2 बोलेगा कि मैं तो सेल्स ट्रांजैक्शन लेता है, ये तो परचेस ट्रांजैक्शंस. बुक नंबर 3 बोलेगा तो मैं परचेस रिटर्न ले रहा है, ये तो रिटर्न ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं है. बुक नंबर 4 बोलेगा सेल्स रिटर्न ट्रांजैक्शन, वो मैं नहीं लूँ. बुक नंबर 5 बोलेगा कैश ट्रांजैक्शन आई विल टेक. दिस इज द क्रेडिट ट्रांजैक्शंस. बुक नंबर 6 बोलेगा बिल्स ट्रांजेक्शन है नहीं है, तो जाओ यहाँ से। 7 भी बोलेगा मैं 6 का तरफ ही है, तो जाएगा कहाँ। तो इसलिए एक बुक एक्स्ट्रा खुल के रखा, जो ट्रांजेक्शन्स बुक नंबर 1 to 7 ऐसा so many transactions will come like that. There are so many transactions you cannot give to any book. They according to their nature you cannot set up from book number 1 to 7. उसी टाइम पे बोला जो ट्रांजेक्शन्स बुक नंबर 1 to 7 में रिकॉर्ड नहीं ले रहा है वो बुक नंबर जर्नल प्रॉपर मतलब बुक नंबर 7 में आएगा। The transactions which will not come from book number 1 to 7 will come in book number 8। जो ट्रांजेक्शन्स बुक नंबर 1 to 7 में नहीं आएगा, I wrote it here, the transactions which will not come from book number 1 to 7 will come in book number 8, that is called journal proper। तो आपको देख लेना है कोई भी ट्रांजेक्शन्स, क्यों 1 to 7 का ट्रांजेक्शन का मैं एक नेचर बोल दिया, तब 1 to 7 में जो नहीं आएगा that will come in book number 8। Now you have to learn this part। Next part I will teach you how to do the practical sums। Okay, theoretical part once again you go through from your book, and next video you have to try to understand the practical part, how to write. What to write I said it here, now I will teach you how to write. And theoretical part once again you have to go through from your book, and what I said that also you will go through the page number 126, 127, 128, and now I will start the practical sums। Now how to write, what to write, मतलब what type of transactions you are going to write, book number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that you have to learn। And how to write, first you come to book number 1। Book number 1 means that it should be a purchase transactions, it should be a goods transactions, and it should be a credit transaction, मतलब credit purchase of goods। These three words you will keep in mind, credit purchase of goods, that will be recorded in book number 1। Now journal entry whenever you have done, that time what type of format you have made, that type of format will not be applicable in journal subsidiary books। This is the format for the journal: date, particulars, LF, debit amount, credit amount। Date, particulars, LF, debit amount and credit amount, this is the format for the journal। But for the subsidiary books the format is not like the journal, it is something different, like the date, name of the suppliers, inward invoice number, LF and amount, only one amount column you will get। So whenever the book is changing, your format also it is changing, date, name of the suppliers, inward invoice number, LF, amount, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of that LF column no need to write anything, inward invoice number it will be given in the question, that on number if it is given you will write it here, and name of the suppliers means here what type of transaction we are going to write, credit purchase of goods, from whom you have purchased the goods। यहाँ लिखना है किसका पास आपने गुड्स परचेस किया, मिस्टर एक्स का पास परचेस किया और मिस्टर ए का पास परचेस किया, वी विल राइट मिस्टर ए हाउ मच 10,000, वी विल राइट मिस्टर बी 9,000, वी विल राइट मिस्टर सी 11,000, बस दिस मच। व्हिच अकाउंट इज डेबिट, व्हिच अकाउंट इज क्रेडिट, नॉट लाइक दैट। किसका पास परचेस किया उसका नाम, डेट और अमाउंट, वेरी इजी। हियर इट इज गिवन डेट, नेम ऑफ द सप्लायर्स, इनवर्ड इनवॉइस नंबर। हाँ, inward invoice number that you have to know, whenever we are buying that goods is coming in, for that it is called inward invoice number। whenever we are selling goods is going out, that is called outward invoice number। तो परचेस बुक होगा तो इनवर्ड इनवॉइस नंबर आएगा, सेल्स बुक होगा तो आउटवर्ड इनवॉइस नंबर आएगा। नाउ आई विल शो इट हाउ इट इज वेरी इजी, बट बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द इलस्ट्रेशन 1 of page number 129, I want to explain one thing to you, that keep it mind that what type of transaction we are going to write in this book number 1, credit purchase of goods। ये छोड़ के दूसरा कोई ट्रांजेक्शन होगा तो यहाँ रिकॉर्ड नहीं आएगा, that will come below that फॉर्मेट नोट में आएगा। लेकिन कभी एक पॉइंट याद रखना है, सपोज 10,000 गुड्स परचेज किया, उसके अंदर 4,000 पेमेंट दिया और 6,000 बाकी है, तो उसी टाइम में सर्टेन अमाउंट इज पेड, सर्टेन अमाउंट इज नॉट पेड, देन फुल अमाउंट इज नॉट पेड कंसिडर करना है। वंस अगेन यू कीप इट माइंड, सपोज you have purchased goods of rupees 10,000, out of that 4,000 you paid and 6,000 is not paid. But here you will consider that all this 10,000 is not paid. Partly paid होगा तो fully credit सोचना है. This is the main thing. Partly paid होगा तो fully credit सोचना है. From the following transaction, prepare a purchase book in the books of Harish Kumar in 2015. Following transaction, prepare a purchase book, मतलब purchase day book. March, goods of rupees 10,000 purchase from Moyes 1 month credit. आपको पढ़ने के बाद देख लेना है क्रेडिट परचेज ऑफ गुड्स ट्रांजेक्शन है. येस, यू हैव परचेज द गुड्स फ्रॉम मॉयस 1 मंथ क्रेडिट. बराबर. तो आपको कैसे करना है? परचेज बुक्स ऑफ श्री हरीश कुमार, डेट, नेम ऑफ द सप्लायर्स, इनवर्ड इनवॉइस नंबर, LF अमाउंट. करेक्ट. 2015 मार्च 1 मॉयस अकाउंट ओनली लिख देना है जिसका पास गुड्स परचेज किया. जनरली जर्नल होता था तो मॉयस अकाउंट डेबिट टू, सॉरी परचेज अकाउंट डेबिट टू मॉयस, गुड्स परचेज फ्रॉम मॉयस. जर्नल में होता था, सिंपल जर्नल होता तो परचेज अकाउंट डेबिट टू मॉयस लिखना होता था. नाउ हियर ही विल राइट ओनली द मॉयस अकाउंट. इनवॉइस इनवॉइस नंबर नहीं है, LF में डैश है, 10,000 गुड्स परचेज किया. वेरी सिंपल. तो मार्च 1 मॉयस अकाउंट 10,000. यहीं से पता चल गया दिस इज द गुड्स वी हैव परचेज फ्रॉम मॉयस ऑन क्रेडिट, बिकॉज दिस इज ए क्रेडिट परचेज ऑफ गुड्स ट्रांजेक्शन विल बी कमिंग हियर. नंबर 2, गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 15,000 परचेज फ्रॉम हसमुख भाई एट 10% ट्रेड डिस्काउंट. इनवर्ड इनवॉइस नंबर 15, यहाँ इनवर्ड इनवॉइस नंबर 15 दे दिया. गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 15,000 परचेज फ्रॉम हसमुख भाई एट 10% TD. सो 10% TD 15,000 बार दे दो, 1500 दैट मीन्स 13,500. देखो हसमुख अकाउंट 15 13,500 हो गया. सेकेंड हसमुख भाई अकाउंट 15 इनवर्ड इनवॉइस नंबर 13,500. नंबर 6, गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 8,000 परचेज फ्रॉम मनीष फॉर कैश. कैश ट्रांजेक्शन आ गया. सो इट विल नॉट बी रिकॉर्डेड हियर, हियर इट विल नॉट बी रिकॉर्डेड हियर. एंड इन नोट में आपको लिखना पड़ेगा यहाँ एज इट इज ए कैश ट्रांजेक्शन, सो इट विल नॉट रिकॉर्डेड हियर. March 6 cash purchase will be recorded in cash book. So the 6 transactions are not coming here. 14, place an order with Navin for supply the goods of rupees 10,000 at 20% trade discount. Place an order. It is a non-economic transactions will not coming. Furniture of rupees 6,000 purchase cash. It is a purchase furniture but assets transactions. Furniture of rupees 6,000 purchase from Sriji Furniture Mart. You have purchased a purchase transaction, but it is a purchase transaction, but it is a asset, so it will not also coming. Nobin supply the goods as per the order and send his invoice number 314 after adding the railway freight of rupees 1,200. Now नोबिन को ऑर्डर दिया था आपने 10,000 गुड्स, 10,000 रुपये का. तो 10,000 रुपये का 10% 20% कितना होता है? 10,000 का 20% 2,000. नाउ गुड्स आ गया तो नवीन अकाउंट 314 8,000. अभी यहाँ जो है नवीन अकाउंट आफ्टर एडिंग द रेलवे फ्रेट वो परचेज डे बुक में नहीं आएगा. रेलवे फ्रेट जो पैसा पेमेंट हुआ दैट इज पेमेंट होगा तो कैश ट्रांजेक्शन में जाएगा, कैश बुक में जाएगा. फॉर दैट इट इज़ नॉट कमिंग हियर. गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 4,000 परचेज एट 5% कैश डिस्काउंट, ये भी कैश ट्रांजेक्शन है. देखो गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 4,000 परचेज एट 5% cash discount, that also will not come here, so it is not there. Goods of rupees 16,000 purchased from Babulal at 10% TD and paid half of the amount immediately by check. I told partly payment होगा तो partly means half or 25% or 30% whatever it is. 16,000 का 10% 1,600 तो 14,400 अमाउंट आ गया. और 14,400 का तो पेमेंट हो गया 7,200, लेकिन वो मेरे को देखना नहीं है. मेरे को देखना है बाबूलाल अकाउंट में 14,400 आ गया. देखो बाबूलाल अकाउंट 14,400 बस. बाकी जो पेमेंट होगा वो तो कैश बुक में जाएगा. गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 4,000 5,000 5% कैश डिस्काउंट, ये कैश ट्रांजेक्शन विल नॉट कम. गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 16,000 परचेज फ्रॉम बाबूलाल 10% TD. अच्छा ये तो हो गया. 28, Goods of rupees 6,000 purchased from Lalit at 10% TD and 5% CD. Amount of bill paid immediately. पूरा अमाउंट पेमेंट हो गया. Amount of the bill paid immediately. So this become totally cash transactions. So it is not come here. Goods of rupees 3,000 purchased from Rajesh. राजेश के पास गुड्स परचेज किया. क्रेडिट परचेज ऑफ गुड्स. बिल नंबर 1. राजेश अकाउंट 101 3,000. अंडरस्टैंड नॉट? वेरी इजी. कैश ट्रांजेक्शन होगा तो रिकॉर्ड नहीं करना है. एसेट ट्रांजेक्शन होगा तो रिकॉर्ड नहीं करना है. कैश एंड क्रेडिट दोनों कंबाइन है तो फुल क्रेडिट सोच लेना है. तो इसका अंदर देखो 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 के अंदर 1 2 3 4 5 ट्रांजेक्शन आया. बाकी 5 ट्रांजेक्शन जो नहीं आया दैट यू हैव टू राइट बिलो द फॉर्मेट नोट. या नोट नंबर 1, नोट नंबर 2, नोट नंबर 3. नोट नंबर 2 में जो ट्रांजेक्शन नहीं आया, नोट नंबर 3 में भी जो ट्रांजेक्शन पार्टली कैश पार्टली पेड होगा तो नोट भी आपको लिखना है. बिकॉज इफ यू आर नॉट राइटिंग द नोट देन ऑल्सो मार्क्स विल बी डिडक्टेड. इफ इट इज ए 4 marks तो एटलीस्ट 1.5 marks it will be deducted if you are not writing the note. So this is called purchase books. I think you understanding. Even though if you do not understand, you can tell me at any time. I will clear your doubt. Okay, bye, all the best.